Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik excuse me. I'm Malik Hodge, an Angel Warrior of the Midwest, and a messenger of the covenant, representing the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, the self-taught one, Master Suleiman, giving us the Injil, the Gospel of Revelations, with the Injil key that gives us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures. This is Up Late Update with Malik Hodge on this 6th day, Tuesday of September 2022. This is where we take current events and get the understanding of them to the Injil perspective and give you the understanding of how they fit with what's going on in today's time from the unsealed Bible, from the perspective of the unsealed Bible. Excuse me. All right. We're going to start off. Please end up with that. So let's start off with Biden administration says still quite a bit of work on Iran nuclear agreement. The Biden administration is continuing its efforts to re-enter 2015 nuclear agreement with Iran, but there are still gaps between the negotiation parties. The State Department found give me a second. For a moment. All right. There we are. All right. The State Department found Iran's latest formal response to the renegotiation not constructive. State Department spokesperson Vedanti Patia said last week, while National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby released on Tuesday that we are just not there yet. So, suffice to say, there are still gaps, and we're just not there yet, Kirby explained in a briefing. That doesn't mean that we're less committed to the deal. It doesn't mean that we don't still want to see it. If we can get there, we do. But there's still gaps, a bit, there's still quite a bit of work for our diplomats to do. We're not going to talk about hypotheticals here with respect to Iran. The president has been clear. He will not allow Iran to achieve a nuclear weapon capabilities. He continued. Biden believes strongly that the best way to do that is through diplomacy. Last week, before the United States received Iran's response, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian said that they were looking for a stronger text on guarantees without providing additional details during a joint press conference in Moscow with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, according to Voice of America. Administrations and European Union officials had expressed a continuous optimism that tone in recent weeks before the Iranian response, though they were clear and pointed out the significant obstacles still in the way. The note constructive proposal, the non-constructive proposal from the Iranian appears to be the latest obstacle, even after indications of progress. Kirby said last month that Iran had made some concessions that allowed us to get to where we are in the process. So that's a positive step forward. Noting that the sides are closer now than they were even just a couple of weeks ago. It's unclear how long both sides will continue to pursue re-entry into the nuclear agreement that lifted sanctions on Iran in exchange for caps on the nuclear program and the ability for international and independent oversight. Biden has staked significant foreign policy resources into re-entering the deal that that then President Donald Trump withdrew from 4 years ago. Oh, excuse me, my voice is down a little bit. However, we're gonna get through it. There's still work to be done. They're saying this Iranian nuclear deal. One of the main gaps is what we've been sharing, and it's the fact that they're not getting any guarantee. They're not getting any America's not giving Iran any they would like a stronger, they say guarantee or insurance on the nuclear deal. So they're not getting any. America's not going to give them any guarantee. They can just forget that. They're not going to make this go through the Senate or anything like that. So they're not going to get it. Only real guarantee that they can get is through a by getting a treaty or sign or something like that. So the next incoming president or administration can come right in and do away with it. They will have to go through something to get to do away with it if it was in some type of treaty. But if they don't get something signed and something that says, I mean, some type of guarantee, why would you sure can't take American word for nothing. So, like I said, it's not expected to go through. They're very optimistic about it anyway, and there's a lot of people that's against it as well. And the angel says they're not going back into it as well anyway. So we're definitely not seeing this Iranian nuclear agreement going to go back. It's not going to be re-entered, and we will be start the war in the Middle East. So now let's go to our next topic. So before yeah, we can stick with that. Israeli airstrike damages Syria's Aleppo airport, takes it out of service. The Israeli missile attack on Syria's Aleppo airport has damaged the runway and taken it out of service, SANA reported. And Israeli air attack on Aleppo airport in Syria north has damaged the runway and taken it out of service, the Syrian state media said quoting a military source in the wake of the second reported attack on the airport in less than a week. The Israeli missile attack was launched from the Mediterranean Sea west of the coastal city of Latakia at 8:16 p.m. local time, 17:16 Jordan Mountain Time. The SANA news agency said on Tuesday Syria air defenses intercepted Israeli missiles, downing several of them. The SANA said it made no mention of casualties, but only reported material damage. The transport ministry said all flights will be diverted to the capital, Damascus. The private airline chain wing said in this statement that it is diverting all its flights from Aleppo to the international airport of Damascus. It added that passengers will be shuttled by buses for free between the two cities. The United Kingdom-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which rules on the West network of sources on the ground for its information. The air raid also destroyed warehouses belonging to Iranian-backed fighters. So, false Israel has air attacked Syria's Aleppo airport from the Mediterranean Sea for the second time this week. It's also a scene that it's an anniversary of Israel striking Syria. Since they started striking it, Syria in 2013. So, Israel shot several missiles at the what is it? I can see it when I'm looking at it. The Aleppo airport, and they've damaged the runway. Now they have to divert all the flights to Damascus. This is the second time in a week time, that they have attacked Aleppo airport of Syria, and they hit a warehouse, and they're trying to hit Iranian backed warehouses, and they're just basically they're this is a false Israel has ramped up its strikes. They ramped up their action in the west at the in the West Bank and on the Palestinians. So false Israel is doing exactly what they said it was going to do. That false Israel is tuning and gearing up, and um they're literally at war. They have started making their war moves, their moves. Um, as we speak, they're against the Iranian nuclear deal, and they know for sure what time it is, and they're pressing on. They're striking, and they're saying that America knows how they feel, and um, they're not holding nothing back, and they're trying to see when it's a good time. Then they're even making plans to attacking Iran as we speak. They announced that you know, they don't know when they're gonna attack it, but they want to know when they do that America is in the know, and they reserve the right to do it. So they're going to making um, preparations to attack Iran. However, we do know who's going to attack first and what the outcome is going to be. So um, this is definitely an anniversary, and they've been attacking Syria since 2013. So from the Indian perspective, I think the time is about even like from the time it was attacking Iran. So all that to say that Foster was definitely pursuing their in pursuit of their of this really taking on this war in the Middle East, and they are definitely striking for Syria. Um, they're making a note that they have struck them twice within 1 week. So I'm definitely knowing that False can't keep moving and attacking and blowing things up without um, eventually getting retaliated on. They think they're just invincible. However, that's that on that topic. We're gonna move on to our next topic, and we'll bring it all in a full circle. And when we do our roundup, okay, I will. All right. So our next topic. Let's talk about that. Okay. Um, okay. Belarus Be- Benjuluru Benjuluru reigns Kornitika CM Bazavori Bommel blame Congress government for flooding. Well, you know, I don't want to do that. Just do the rain. For Julia drowned once again due to rain and mismanagement. The once beautiful Bangalore, India IT hub is flooded. Unfortunately, the city known to get in, in, inundated almost every monsoon over the past few days. Bengaluru and Karnataka, the southern Indian state that it is the capital of, have experienced one of the most severe bouts of rainfall in 42 years. This time, arterial rain went underwater and power line snapped. And one thing that didn't change is the community. It was choked, even due to waterlogging and not the vehicles traffic the city is known for. Vessels of the city's flooding have been doing the roads through media platforms and social media, paintings and surreal images. There is no electricity since yesterday. There is no water. How do we live? Bergeluru overviews lake submerged at least 75 localities, affecting some 4,000 homes and apartment complexes. Some water drains have been overwhelmed, partly due to the heavy rain and partly because of poor maintenance. Commuters have even had to depend on tractors over the past few days in India's Silicon Valley. You may be a 23-year-old woman was electrocuted today in eastern Bengaluru, Whitefield area, home of scores of IT firms. After she came in contact with the electric pole, the city power department officials were blamed for utter neglect. B.S. Bamia, the chief minister of Karnataka, was capital Benjuru is yesterday, September 5th, said his government would spend 300 crore rupees to deal with the devastation and the maintenance of the city's basic infrastructure without directly addressing the perceived mismanagement by the authority. Bamua said an alternative plan was being formulated for water supply. We will remove encroachments of roads, canals, and infrastructures will be improved since the state capital has received the record rains in the shortest period. They need to take it as a challenge and face its unitedly, he said during a press conference yesterday. Meanwhile, it is forecast that the southern and northern parts of Karnataka will continue to receive heavy rains over the next 3 to 4 days. So, despite in India, they're receiving monsoon type rain, and once again, we're moving over the globe. Everyone is being flooded in all parts of the world. Earthquakes, floods, monsoons. Now, what they call them? Hurricanes, mudslides, all type of things is happening. Energy loss. So India is experiencing heavy rains, and it is flooding out areas in India. It said one woman lost her life when she got off her scooter and it touched a pole or something line, and she got electrocuted. So it's only one person getting killed or lost their lives. Now let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on. All right, let me see where we at the time. Pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta let me move quick. I got a lot of things to forget about all this. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, we got a lot. That. High temperature drought fire, deadly wildfires across western coast. This is not it. Oh, let's get it. Here we are. 2 dead, thousands told to flee California wildfires. At least 2 people are dead and thousands have been ordered to flee rapidly spreading from rapidly fire in California with the region's oppressive heat wave expected to peak Tuesday. Several buildings were destroyed as the Fairview fire erupted southeast of Los Angeles, racing to consume 2,400 acres and 1,000 hectares in less than 24 hours. Firefighters said 2 people were known to have died in the blaze, and 1 person had been hospitalized with burn injuries. More than 3,000 homes are under orders to evacuate, and all local schools have been shuttered. The blaze was spreading very quickly before firefighters even got on scene. A local fire department spokesman said on Twitter the cause of the fire was under investigation, but utility Southern California Edison SEE reported what it called circuit activities in the area at the time the blaze broke out. The company has in the past paid out billions of dollars after the equipment was found to be the cause of wildfires in California, including a number of fatal accidents. SCE has embarked on the lengthy process of shortening up a green power aging power line, chopping back nearby vegetation, and burning and burying cables in an effort to reduce fires. California is suffering through a ferocious heat wave with temperatures of into Fahrenheit 43 Celsius being recorded daily in several areas. That compare with the 2-decade droughts that has left the countryside tender dry is creating ideal conditions for explosive wildfires. The heat hit the state as well as parts of neighboring Arizona and Nevada last week, and forecasters said it was not over yet, following another day of record heat on Tuesday. From California to the Central High Plains, expect sizzling temperatures to stick around through the week, the National Weather Service said. So this fire is moving rapidly, taking out 2,400 acres in 24 hours. they tell the people to flee, move quick, get out of there. Um, hmm, then it had, two people died, uh, and they're being hit. They're in severe drought, and they said sizzling heat. Um, and they've been receiving this heat for the last week, and they're going to receive it up in the rest of this week. So, man, um, the weather patterns are sticking around, and these wildfires are just blasting off and running through areas, running through homes, running through structures, just like they would be going through a brush fire. It seems like it would be a brush fire. It's not even a brush fire. They're consuming. These fires are consuming structures, and like they're running through brush. They're burning whole structures down, and they have ordered evacuations, and mandatory evacuation. They're shutting down schools. It's pretty bad, and it's going to get worse. However, that's that on that topic. Let us continue because we have another one that, as well, that is the weather is just hitting them with a deadly typhoon hammering. Okay. Okay, let's go to this. This is what we want to do. This deadly typhoon hammering. Okay. Deadly typhoon. Yes. Okay. There we are. Where we at? Oh, right, there we are. There we are. Watch as deadly typhoon Hinam Hinamnor Rex Hinamnor. That's the name. Hinamnor Rex wreaks havoc on South Korea. Typhoon Hinamnor made landfall Tuesday morning near Basum, South Korea. Officials recorded wave heights of 27 feet in the sea in Japan as it churned with 90 miles per hour wind. Areas of South Korea logged up to 40 inches of rain, turning streets into swift rivers. Cars parked on the street were covered with floodwaters up to the door handles. News One Korea reported that several people died in the parking garage under the apartment building in Archeon, South Korea. Crews searched for many people, but have still only pulled 2 survivors from the building. Look at the waves from the street levels. The powerful surf dismantled the railing and eroded sidewalks. Local news reports estimated that nearly 3,000 South Koreans was evacuated as Hinnaman made landfall. Thousands lost power after storm surge and heavy rains swept coastals and low-lying areas. At the height of the storm's strength, Hinnaman was a super typhoon with winds over 160 miles per hour and gusting to 195 miles an hour, the equivalent of the Category 5 hurricane in the U.S., wrote the U.S. Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Waves at the point crested over 50 feet. The Japan Meteorological Agency called it the strongest storm of the year. The typhoon bore down the South Korea. Shandong, China caught a glancing blow. Tourists was standing a bit too close to the wave to stay dry. The storm barreled down on other countries too. Heavy rains poured into low-lying areas in Shanghai. Over 36,000 homes lost power due to the typhoon in western Japan. According to Japan Times, the Japan Meteorological Agency reported that rain hail at the rate of almost 2 inches per hour in some areas. The agency forecasts the storm to issue strength in the next day when it becomes extra tropical, but still drop inches of rain across Japan. Fox weather contributor and hurricane special Byron Norcross has a podcast tracking the tropics with Byron Norcross available now on Fox News. So there you have it. We went from fire. Now we back from fire to another. Now this is not a flood. This is a typhoon, monsoon typhoon that hit South Korea, and it's killed. Let me see what it said. It killed. I don't even think they have a number for how many people is killed. Okay, it says no. The word is that several. No. Let me rephrase that. Right now, that 7 people died in the parking lot, in a parking lot garage under an apartment building, and Um, yeah, they don't know how many people have died. Just that, right? They don't say how many people died, but 7 people died in one area, 2 people in another, um, in a parking garage. So it's severe though. It's a severe one. It's a typhoon. They said it the biggest of the year. They said it had 160 miles an hour winds. That is a serious hurricane. They said it'd be a category 5 hurricane if it was in the U.S. So that's an extremely strong uh, hurricane, like typhoon. And as you see, things is just continue uh, to get worse, and throughout the planet, if anyone is not really paying attention to all of these disasters that are happening day after day, two, three, four, five, several events in several different areas, to understanding the time and what's taking place in this unprecedented time, and um, to not understand that what time that we're in. We're in unprecedented time. And all these things is being brought about because of the from what's taking place, that the world is in judgment. This is we're at the in a time of judgment of a nation, judgment of America. We're in the end time. We're in the end times of a people. The 600-year period is up. We're in the time of bringing in, taking out a civilization and bringing in a new one. And as we see this time that we're speaking on, and we're waiting for the next event, this JCPOA, and ensure that the JCPOA is not going to be re-entered from the unsealed scriptures, and Michael and his angels are going to go to war with the dragon and his angels. Michael and his angels is Master Prophet Muhammad, Iran and Syria, and they will be going to war with the dragon and his angels, um, the House of Side, Britain and America, and false Israel. As you can see, this is also, today was an anniversary date of the beginning of war of false Israel bombing Syria in 2013. So that's another sign to also be paying attention to, because it says, when would you avenge us? When some in that, it's not verbatim, but when would you avenge us? And they're speaking to the God. When, that's the Shia, Iran said, when would you revenge us? And they had to go through what their brother went through, was Iran. And so this is a what they say, 9.5, 10-year anniversary being bombed by um, first false Israel. The we're coming right around because they definitely had to go through this. However, this abomination of desolation, this shock of the hour, is going to take place because of this JCPOA. That's what's going to spark it. And this shock of the hour, this abomination of desolation, uh, would be the removal of the House of Saudi Arabia, Britain, and America getting kicked out of the Middle East, and false Israel being seized and then destroyed. And that's what we're paying attention to. That's the event that is in that will be in view soon. That's the event that is about to happen any day. It can happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow. At any time, we're that close to this war in the Middle East between Michael and his angels and the dragon and his angels, which is going to be the shock of the hour when false Israel is destroyed, when America and Britain is kicked out, and when Saudi Arabia is destroyed or taken down by Iran and Syria, and the Shia will take full control over the Middle East once again. So that's where we're at right now. What did I miss on the roundup? Thinking that I touched on everything. Rain. Let me see. And Biden administration, the nuclear deal I ran that down. The typhoon, the two dead, thousands on the run. You got India's Burglary flood, the two dead, thousands on the run, evacuating California. Like I said, it's just several things going on. Yeah. Pay attention, and as we prepare and wait patiently, any day now, brothers and sisters, this war in this war in the Middle East will spark off, and its outcome is going to spark the war of Armageddon, and we're gonna have to flee after this war in the Middle East, after false after the war takes off. But you're gonna definitely have to flee by the time false Israel is seized and destroyed, because they're going to attack all blacks at that time. Because it will be no gray areas to who the true seed of Abraham is. So they're going to attack all blacks. So you're gonna have to be ready to move out, and we're gonna give more directions as we get closer, because we can't really talk about that too much, because we don't want to. Every time if we speak to you, then we're speaking to them. So we're telling our open enemy what we're planning, what's going to be done. However, we have gave all the information of what you need to know through and what's going to happen So when you see it, you'll know what to do. And that's one thing. We're not, we're telling you what you need to know far, far in advance, and have given much more information if you search it out. But with this, I'm gonna bring this segment of update with Malik Haas to a close, and I'll be here again tomorrow. My voice will be better. Gotta get a little the lemons and limes, key limes on my throat, and a little honey. But I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock Pacific. And I greet you as I came in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.